everybody. In the second lesson of the course, of the video course within the EU-funded project eCultures Managing Cultural Heritage and Tourism. This video lesson is a completion of the textbook and of the part on textbook related to European funding for cultural heritage and tourism. In this lesson, we will deal with the management structures of the European Union, which is a very important point while wanting to apply to European funding. Let's have a short overview about what we are expecting today. First of all, we will do a first introduction on the topic and see why is of such importance to know the management structures of the EU while wanting to apply for European funding, and then we will go through the different management bodies, levels and structures within the EU. We will see there is a central management, which will be the point number one of today's. There is a central management with national agencies. There is a decentralized management with member states and regions. There is another management which is called the Interreg management with the joint secretariat. And then we will also have a look about possible support that you receive while wanting to apply for European funding. For those who have been working with the textbook, it is a completion of the information provided in the textbook, so it is done as an extra, as a plus, compared to the textbook that is also available online within the projects. So let's start with the importance and an introduction about the topic. The overarching responsibility in the management of EU funding programs belongs to the European Commission as executive institution of the EU. The European Commission is made of several Directorate General according to the working field. So, for example, there is the Directorate General for Growth, there is the Directorate General for Culture, there is the Directorate General for Regional Policies, for Environment, for Research and Development, etc., etc. According to the area in which these GDs or Directorate General work, they will manage specific funding programs. While applying, it is important to have basic knowledge about what the Directorate General is responsible for what. Of course, if you want to apply for a project in the field of research and innovation, you should refer to the Directorate General for Research and Innovation, and so on and so forth. The GDs, or the Directorate General, are supported by executive agencies in the management of the funding programs. Those are other institutions, other bodies who belong to the EU, European Commission, that help in the management of the programs. And there are moreover other management bodies in the member states, as well as the so-called national agencies, which are relevant for Erasmus+, for example. Let's have an overview about DGs, Directorate General, and EAs. So the DGs, Directorate Generals and Executive Agencies, that may be, although that are relevant for tourism and cultural heritage sector, are the EACEA, the Education, Audiovisual and Cultural Executive Agencies, the EASME, the Executive Agencies for SMEs. There is the DG Regional Policies, which is the regional DG, Environment, Education and Culture, the DG Growth, and the DG Research and Innovation. Those may be taken into account while wanting to apply for funding in the field of tourism and cultural heritage. It's up to you to research proactively for the funding programs related to these DGs and to the executive agencies. Within the funding program Erasmus+, we already been mentioned at the point number 2, there are national agencies to whom you should apply when wanting to do projects with Erasmus+ in the educational sector. So if you want to do a project in Germany with Erasmus+ on the field of, for example, a strategic partnership in the field of higher education, you should refer to the DAAD. If you want to do one in Sweden, you should refer to the Swedish Council for Higher Education, INDIRES for Italy, etc., etc. So each member state within the European Union, each of the 28 member states plus some associate countries, they have their own national agencies when wanting to apply for Erasmus+ funding. So so you should research about it, and you should look, okay, who's providing which information related to the project I want to apply within Erasmus+. This is according to the country you want to apply. There is a list of these national agencies on the internet. You just have to look for it and then to refer to the specific and correct national agency. That was for the national agencies Erasmus+. Let's see, there is also the so-called decentralized management. So for those who have read the textbook, the decentralized management is the management which belongs to the member states and to the regions. And these are European funding, the European Social Fund, the European Fund for Regional Development, that are directly managed from the member states and from the regions. So in this case, for example, the European Commission will not have anything to do with the management of these funding programs. Here you see just are some screenshots about the different management structures. If for Portugal, you will find there, that's Regione Campania, that's an example in Italy. They do manage their own ESF, European Social Fund, and European Fund for Regional Development. Sweden has its own management structure, etc., etc. Germany. And for us, those are mostly national projects, but they are EU